It has some little bits of paper in it, okay? So this being a library, and after you've challenged a little bit of everything, well, we want to kind of utilize your new look, okay? This is a library after all, like I just said, and in libraries, story time is very important for the little children, especially for the little zombie children, okay? If they were to come in, you've got to entertain them to keep them from eating your brains. You're looking like them, you're fitting in, but not so sure they're going to keep from eating you. So, here's what you got to do. You're going to pick one of these little papers out of the hat. It's going to have a classic story or fairy tale on it, and you're going to have to do a zombie interpretation of that classic fairy tale. Luckily, we have a nice table full of storytime props just for you. You can use these. We're going to give you about 10 minutes to come up with this story time. You got to present your story time. You can use puppets, music, song, dance, whatever you think. You got to keep from getting eaten, though. Remember that, okay? And our judges are going
Welcome, zombie kids. This is a story about Goldilocks and Three Bears. Well, in rural Kentucky, Goldilocks has just survived a zombie apocalypse and is the only sole survivor in the state of Kentucky. And she's going around looting houses because we all know Goldilocks is a vandal. And she's walking around and she finds this house. It's a cabin, way off in the woods. Beautiful cabin, actually. It's about 4 or 5 stories high. Built in the ages of maybe like 1900s. It's got a really nice history. It's actually a preserved home in Kentucky. Anyway, that's besides the point. So, she breaks the windows in with her legs too. She Spartan kicks the doors open, actually. Sorry, I had to change my story because, you know, it's a fuzzy memory because I was watching. And she enters the house. She looks around, she's like, I'm kind of famished from all this damn looting I've been doing. She goes to the kitchen, which is a beautiful kitchen, by the way. Granite countertops, beautiful. Like the sink made by like that one really good company, you just tap it and the water comes out. It's beautiful. So, she goes to the counter, which was an island counter. Not just a counter on the wall with a sink, an island counter. And she sees that there's 3 bowls of porridge. Because apparently zombies do eat human food, not nasty brains. Yet. And she tries the first bowl of porridge. It sucks. It's one of the hottest porridges she's ever eaten. And she puts that down. She actually throws it down, throws it across the room. Because remember, she's a vandal. She doesn't give a crap. She goes on to the next bowl of porridge. She tries it. Way too cold, and I think it had a little bit of or something in it. She throws it across the room, breaks a window. And she goes to the next bowl and tries it. It had cinnamon and apples, and it was perfect. She actually kept it. She devoured that bowl in about 4 seconds because she was also very, very, very fat. She looked like somebody we know that starts with a C. We'll go there. We'll continue on with the story now. After that, she's like, "Ah, damn, this house is so nice." She's looking around. She's got some lust in her eyes. You can tell she's been doing this for a couple 100 years. She's actually 200 years old too. She goes into the living room. There's a big old Samsung TV, plasma screen, 44 inches, 0.6. And she began playing PS3 until she realizes this is what I want to steal. She tries to lift it and falls to the ground and breaks it because it's too big. Apparently she fell to the ground, not the TV, but she gets back up. She gets back up and kicks the TV because she's pissed off. Goes to look around and she finds a pack of cigarettes was thrown through the window by the wind. She's like, I don't really smoke and this is too small for me to steal. Because they're only like, what, 10 cents in Kentucky. So she continues on and finds some, apparently she found some grills. She puts them in and continues her search around this 3 or 4 or 5 story house. She goes upstairs a couple times and realizes, damn, I haven't had sleep in 4 or 5 weeks. Because, you know, there's been a zombie apocalypse going on, everybody. You don't usually sleep during that. And so she pulled out her handy, nifty box of Ambien, because she'd been prescribed Ambien for her sleep problems by a zombie doctor. She takes her Ambien, 4 or 5 pills, because she wants to sleep. 4 or 5 pills, enough to knock you out for the rest of the year. She She goes upstairs kind of tipsy because she took too many pills because she's an idiot. Remember, she's fat and she's in Kentucky. And I don't think she got any education because she's 200 years old too. No offense to Kentucky people. I love that state. Back on track. She's looking around. She finds this big old king-size mattress. She just dives into it, but then breaks because it's made of paper. And she also lost her wallet too. Change just poured out. So she gets up, she cusses it out in her... Yeah, and she walks around and finds a queen-size mattress that the guest people will sleep on because Mom and Papa Bear do sleep together. Contrary to the major fact, bears sleep together. So she goes and spin-kicked and dives into the queen-size mattress. And realizes she probably broke one of her spines because it was made of bricks. So as she's recovering, she's thinking about all the many things she's going to do to this house after she wakes up. Maybe arson or... She gets up, regardless of her bone spur in her spine. And she looks around and she goes to the kids' room, which is covered in baby dolls and dead animals. Because they are bears. She sees the twin-size mattress that's in the shape of a race car and a log. Because they're bears, they sleep in race car logs. And she does a backflip, but realizes as she goes to do the backflip, her bone spur is too much, so she just lays down gently. And as soon as she hits her head on the pillow, she falls right back to sleep. Now, about 10 minutes later, because she's only been asleep for 10 minutes, she hit deep sleep, like the 4th stage of sleep, instantly. She laughs in her sleep, though, because she's crazy and bad. And the first bear walks in, Papa Bear. He's kind of a macho, tough man. Half naked. He's also a zombie. He sees her and he steals her change, apparently, because he's low on the monetary stuff right here in Kentucky. And he sees her and he starts bear cussing her out. But she doesn't wake up, so he goes out there. After he rubs her tummy, after that he's like, oh, she won't wake up. So, because they were going to be civil where they're trying to get her out. So he goes outside and goes and tells the rest of the bears. He tells her, he tells them in bear. So Mama Bear walks in, pissed off, and scolds her. And then kicks her. That doesn't do anything, so she goes back and tells the rest of them what happened. So Baby Bear walks in, kind of crying because he's in her bed. But realizes that doesn't do much because she's asleep. So gets back up and goes tells the rest of the bears. So all the bears come in and they rip her limb from limb.
Your shoes, your shoes.
After the ripping of limbs, they scatter because they realize they've committed murder. And our tale of Goldilocks and the 3 zombie bears is complete. I think I started bleeding. Oh wait, that's just the pain.
You have that big blood on your Fall Out Boy shirt.
Okay.